Hi guys, Abby here from the Type SLP. I wanted to give you a walkthrough of my new Core Vocab deck for weather and seasons theme. So right now I'm just kind of walking through. I've sorted the activities by Core Vocab and also by activity in case you need to look for something quick. All of the Core Vocab decks that I have a Core Vocab page, and each page actually has audio, so all of those that you click on will say that word, so you can use that alongside any of the activities. You could open up two decks at a time, that way you have one on each page as you're doing the activity and you have the core deck, so that helps if your student doesn't have their device with them. So now I'm just going to kind of run through some of the activities. So all of the activities have the core word embedded right into the page. So like this one we're working on down, so we want the child to instruct us to pull it down, and it's motivating activities to get them to want to use that target core vocab word. You'll see I'm also pulling out some of the sentence strips. So the sentence strips are really great as a bonus addition in case you want the activities for your older students or your higher level students who may not be at just the core vocab level, maybe they're higher level. So again, I'm just kind of running through. For these, we're going to work on the core vocab word of up. So you're going to pull the blinds up. You're going to have the student tell you to pull the blinds up because you have to see the weather. And then you're going to decide which seasonal bin we need for decorations. And I actually like my students to physically do these. Like on the other end of the screen, I'll have them like push with their hands, push up, and then when to pull up the cover, I'll say, okay, help me pull the cover up, and I physically have them do it on their end so that they are getting some of that movement as well. So again, you can search by core vocab word or you can search by activity. So for this one, this is kind of like a pretend play activity. So you're going to be working on go. So I'm kind of envisioning the student being the director and telling the weather reporter to go, and then you can pretend they're moving the camera around so they can see the weather, and you'll see that weather pops out, and then you can even have them, depending on their level, you can have them report on the weather as well. So there is a sentence strip included for you if they want to kind of play around with that and pretend that they are also the weather person. So just kind of a fun way to target core vocab, but again, still give you the variation in case you are working with students who are at a level that can do more like the pretend play and maybe don't need just the repetitive activities. So for this one we have put, so you're going to put the seasonal items wherever they go. Again, showed you there the sentence strips pull out, which is nice, and I did that specifically so you could hide them. So for this one we're working on look, and then we could supplement this with I want and I see, and these have cute little binoculars so you can go around through the binoculars to see what you're going to look at. What do you see? You could have the student tell you look, and then you can pause the binoculars whenever they tell you look. So again, just a motivating way to work on that core vocab. Really fun. Then if you also hit the background, you'll hear the noise of that weather, or like, whatever you would hear during that weather. So like this one has a foghorn. I added a lot of audio to these because my students are just so much more motivated when I can turn that audio on. I might lose their attention, but then they come right back to me when I turn that audio on. This one is fun, especially if you want to expand it to work on I want. And you can give the children different items based on the season. I did this with a student recently and she really liked that. And then we talked about what season are we in? What items would we need? What items are we going to need next season? So that was a fun activity for her to do. So again, just showing you like all these different sentence strips that are included throughout. Then we can also, like I said, we can sort by activity. So this one's really cute. This is dressing the animals, and we can click to have them say, what should I put on? They could look at the thermometer, but if they need the cue, I also added like an actual weather mat so that they could look to see what that, when the temperature gauge is high, that means it's usually a sunny, warm day. He doesn't need a scarf, he needs his bathing suit and shorts. And so we're working on, we're putting the clothes on. The dog says, what should I put on? We can move the clue again. Today's weather is cloudier, so it's maybe not as sunny. So maybe pants instead of shorts today and sneakers instead of sandals. So again, really good opportunities to talk about weather and to talk about, all the vocab surrounding weather and even your own weather. So there's multiple animals to be able to practice with. And then what we'll do is go back home and let's go back to the activity again and see what else we have. Just let's show at least one more activity here. So this is around the world. So you're going to fly and you're going to stop your plane. And I chose different places in the United States that have very different weather. So like down in Florida, they're going to have the beaches and the sand, and you're going to be able to play outside. So you can stop your phone and take a picture, and then you guys can use a sentence strip to talk about what he or she is doing, what you see, what do you like about those activities that they're doing. And there's 3 different climates that they can check out. So I hope you love it.